Yeah. Now, today you have developed an argument that you call the minimal facts argument, okay? And I want you to, first of all, talk about how Christians used to argue and what your minimal facts argument is all about, okay? And I want you to take the Bible and use the New Testament there and talk about the three levels of how people have argued.
Okay. Well, the other way, which we'll talk about, is this reliability. What's the Gospels like? But I started thinking when I was doing my dissertation, my director said to me, as we were walking out of the meeting where I was talking about my topic, I was kind of green, behind the ears, and I was just kind of thinking, what am I going to do here? And they approved the topic, but as we were walking out, he said, look,
your topic was the resurrection.
The resurrection, and he said, we're liberal here, but we're good liberal. I'm thinking, what's good liberal? And he said, good liberal is you can say what you want if you can defend it. Take your thesis. You don't have to agree with us, but defend it. He said, oh, and by the way, don't say the resurrection happened because the Bible said it happened. And I could feel myself kind of metaphorically going, like that. And I said, how long's this got to be again? And he said, it's got to be at least 200 pages. And I actually asked him, will you take any less? And he said, 180, but we can't budge on that. Well, the thing turned out to be 350 pages long. Well, the minimal facts argument for me was my answer to his mild challenge. What data do you have for this thing? And so when I go to secular campuses, here's frequently the way I say it. I'll say to the people in the crowd, look, there's a mixture of beliefs here in this crowd. But now, if you're over here, and this is the New Testament, and you believe the New Testament's inspired, for those of you who believe the New Testament's inspired, is Jesus raised from the dead? And even the skeptics are going to say, well, sure, if the New Testament's inspired, Jesus raised from the dead. Okay. Now, let's take this New Testament. This one is not inspired, but it's a pretty good historical source. Is Jesus raised from the dead? And they're going to go, depends on what you're going to get in the deal and what you're not going to get. Okay, so raised, for sure, possibly raised, but what about Rudolf Bultmann's New Testament? What about somebody who's a lot more skeptical down here, and they're going to tell you, as Bultmann said, all we know about Jesus is that he was a first century itinerant Jewish preacher who preached the kingdom of God and died for it. Oh, well, if that's all you know, surely that Jesus wasn't raised from the dead. And my answer is, yes, he was. The skeptics, Jesus is still raised, because there is a, what I might call, lowest common denominator of data. And if all we use is the lowest common denominator, we have enough of a basis to say that the best explanation is the resurrection of Jesus. So that's the minimal facts, and that's how it was born. They would allow me to use the New Testament, but only evidenced portions.